What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video I talk about my favorite side hustle of 2023 and the results on Prime Day. We're talking about Amazon influencers, so I'm going to talk about the 5 biggest lessons I got from this Prime Day on the Amazon influencer program. I've got that and a heck of a lot more, so I'm super fired up for this. I hope you're fired up. Let's do this. Okay, so before I start talking about the biggest lessons from Prime Day 2023, I just want to remind everyone that if you haven't been able to get in, I do have a guide that and the reason I say is it sort of shares some data that I've been able to see and notice based off of all the dozens and pretty much hundreds now of emails that I've gotten, people telling me whether they got approved or disapproved. So I analyzed all the data and I came up with certain data points that I do believe Amazon is looking at when you submit. And this includes my multiple submissions just for the sake of science as to try and prove a 100% guaranteed method to get in. Have had some luck, but not 100%. So if you'd like a copy of that guide, my email is below. Just reach out to me and I'll send it to you within a couple days. But now let's talk about Prime Day. How did I do? Well, before we jump into these biggest lessons, I did okay, but as we'll find out in each of the lessons, there's a reason that I just did okay. So I'm showing the amount right here. This is actually the day before Prime Day. I haven't checked Prime Day today. That's how lazy I am. So we'll talk more about that in a minute. And it's not that I'm lazy about Prime Day and or influencer. It's just that I have a certain amount of allotted time towards it in general. A lot of my focus is on other businesses and kind of coming up with side hustles to show on this channel. So obviously my number one favorite side hustle of the year, possibly even of the decade, is influencer. And there's a reason for that. So let's talk about the 5 lessons you can take from Prime Day in order to really take your Christmas holiday season just to all new heights. You can literally just murder it during Christmas. That's probably a bad analogy, but you can absolutely destroy everything under the sun, the moon, and the stars for Christmas if you follow these 5 lessons. So the first one is, there's a lot of people out there sitting around saying, I'm not an influencer. I can't even get in. I got declined and I can't get in. The reality is, if you got declined, I'm sorry. It happens to the best of us. As I said before, I've been testing and trying to find a guaranteed method, and if I've been declined on numerous occasions, the main reason why I got in on the first try is just because I do have this YouTube channel. And I know there's a lot of people out there like Debbie Downers, like, oh, Lisa, I don't have a YouTube channel. I can't get in like you did. You know, that's just kind of the luck of the game. Sometimes you might be in another niche or an industry where there's something that's really taking off in that niche, and somebody like me would have to hustle to try and get in and prove that I'm worthy of getting in. And that's basically what happens here. But I would not give up. I would continue to try and build a following, and that could be very easily done with TikTok. It's very easy. If you guys are actually interested in me putting something together as to how I would go about it, I'm just lazy to do it myself. I am very lazy to do the work that it takes, but it would be quite easy. In fact, I might even just do it for shits and grins. So I think you guys, or I convinced myself to do this for shits and grins. So more on that coming. But if you have not gotten in, try and try and try again. I have a friend who had to try 4 times to get in. He's in the program now, and he had a record-breaking day yesterday. I'm going to show just a quick text chat of what he said he made yesterday. And I think you guys are going to be shocked. It's jaw-dropping that he did almost $880 in a single day, and he doesn't have a lot of videos. So all in all, is it worth it to try a dozen times? Absolutely. If you like money, if you love money, then it is. If you're allergic to money, then quit. Quit right now, because it's best for me and everybody else an influencer, because then we don't have to share our video space with you. But if you are a go-getter, if you are a hustler, if you love money, this is the easiest side hustle I've ever seen. That's bottom line. Number 2 prime lesson, the more you work at this, the better your results will be. And that is why mine is headed into Prime Days a mediocre $148 a day. But let's ask ourselves, if we could do $148 a day every day, I think that's like $4,500. And that's how bad I am at math. So I can't even do it in my head, but yeah, it's $4,500 passively. That's $48,000 a year. That's more than the average American salary. If you can do 20 hours of total work, that's all I put in, and you make that amount of money, my question is, would you do it? Now imagine had I done 20 hours a week, like my friend Kevin, who does treat this as a full-on side hustle where he puts a decent amount of time in. He did $880, and he's been averaging about $500 a day. So if you actually do the math on that, I still can't figure that out in my head. He's doing $15K a month. And this is Kevin's side hustle. I hate the fact that I outed him, and I'm not going to say his name anymore. But I'm super proud of the guy. I was stoked for him. I couldn't be more excited that he made that much money. Why? Because it gives people like me hope that even though we do a half-ass job, we could, if we wanted to, hit the same levels as Kevin. So that goes for every single one of you out there, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that will hustle harder than Kevin. And I'm going to stop saying his name. All right, lesson number 3. And these next 3 are critical. You want to listen to every single one. These will take your income earnings to astronomical levels. Lesson number 3 is the biggest players out there are buying products to review. So people might be like, oh, Liz, how the hell am I going to get the money? You can do this very creatively. However, if you know for a fact, based off the data that you download, which I've showed in other videos how to download that data and analyze it in Excel, if you look at the data and you see other products that you keep selling that you aren't even listing, it's probably a pretty smart idea to buy that product. You probably already made the money back to buy the product from just having another product that was similar to it. So it just basically tells you, you want to expand horizontally in the space. You want to have as many products in that niche as possible, particularly the products that are generating you sales. So the biggest players are buying product. Again, you can think about this creatively. Me and my friends have thought about this creatively. We've done a couple different things. And lastly, think about strategic buying and why you would be buying them. And only buy those things that are strategic, that you come up with a system for. Eventually, you can outsource this entire system to a VA, which is what I've done now. And now I'm going to plan on putting a little bit extra time and effort. I know I say I'm lazy, but now this business model has proven that it works. So now I'm excited to do more things with it. All right, and I lost track of which one I'm at, and I'm looking at them here. Yeah, I'm cheating. All right, I'm cheating, people. What is another one? Multiple angles on the same product work, which means sometimes you'll have to film multiple videos. Don't do that at first unless you love just to film videos and you feel like, holy shit, I can make a lot more money if I film more videos at first. That's fine. Focus on the products that cost a lot more, obviously, but you can make 2 videos for each product and think about different angles to shoot those videos with. So meaning not like different angles of the camera, but different things to talk about. A lot of people come to me and they're like, oh, I can't talk about this product for 30 seconds. It's just painful. I shoot for at least 1:15, and trust me, there's a lot of shit you can talk about, just like I'm blabbing on in this video about influencer. I could talk about influencer for hours and hours on end. So yes, you absolutely can talk about this mouse, for fuck's sake. It's very easy for me to make several 1.5 minute long videos about this mouse. How many different ways can you say certain things? Trust me, there's different angles you can take this with. So brainstorm on those angles and film a couple videos if you've got to. That will certainly take your income to a whole nother level. Now, the last one is, and I believe, yeah, there's just one more tip that I have. Seasonal stuff destroys it. So, people might be saying, oh, Liz, it's not Christmas. What the hell do we sell, right? I understand it's not Christmas. Christmas isn't the only effing season there is, people. There are plenty other seasons. Yeah, it's not Christmas. It's not Thanksgiving. It's not Halloween. But what's going on right now? It's summer. People are out. So naturally, products that are hot in the summer will sell. We also just passed 4th of July, but we are headed into back to school season. Back to school season is huge. So think about products that are seasonal for back to school. So seasonal might only mean seasonal for a brief period of time. That brief period could be a month. So we've got back to school coming up. We've got pretty soon thereafter, we will have something like Halloween come up, and then the fall comes up and it's big money. So if you haven't started now is the time. And that's pretty much a wrap on the big lessons from Prime Day. Again, this guide that I have behind me, and I've just been here blabbing to the camera, is available if you send me an email. My email is below And other than that, get on this. You will not regret it. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace out.